Good morning, everyone. Kane Severance here. Last time we spent the session recruiting a new member of our party, Annabelle, and she will be our Thundercaller Bard. I saw a question in the comments that, I don't remember that being there. That doesn't look right. Asking about specifically when I discussed the fact that you could use lingering performance to, use Inspire Courage and switch to Thundercall, and then continue to have the effects of Inspire Courage, because the feat Lingering Performance specifically says if you begin a new bardic performance during this time, the effects of the previous performance immediately cease. And that is true that in the PNP version of the game, that is what happens. In this version of the game, from what I've been able to see with my testing, is that the effects stay up for the full extra 12 seconds or 2 rounds after you stop performing. So is this a bug, or is this a another one of their changes that is not documented? I don't know. One of the problems, I'm loving this game so far, but one of the problems that I do have is that a lot of the feats and abilities, there's so much there in Pathfinder that in order to support all of the various builds and archetypes and feats and spells and the hundreds of things that were in Pathfinder and moved to here, all of this text is pretty much copy-pasted from the Pathfinder rulebook, with very little changes to represent the changes they've made to the game. And that's unfortunate, because there are quite a few changes they made to the way the computer game operates, and a lot of them for good reason. So it's hard to know what changes were intentional and what's a bug. I'm operating on the assumption that this was intentional, because there are other ways in the Pathfinder pen and paper game to get the effect of 2 bard songs at once. There's a spell to give, I think it's called Shadow Bard. I actually don't know. That may be in the game, but I kind of doubt it. There are a couple other things you can do to get 2 bard songs up at once. And since I'm assuming those aren't options in this game, they may have intentionally let Lingering Performance linger even after you begin a second bard song. So anyway, enough talking about that. Real quick, we're going to, now that we've got our character, we're going to go ahead and level up our Magus. Just in case, I don't know if I explained it, but the cost of hiring companions increases based on your level. In fact, the cost is, I believe, your level squared, multiplied by 500, something like that. Yeah, I think that's right, because at level 2 you would get 2,000 for each companion, which is quite a bit. That's why we didn't level up our character to start. So let's see, level 2 Kensai Spell Strike. Spell Strike's probably the best thing we've got going for us right now. Spell Strike lets us deliver touch spells through our melee weapon. Let's see here. So like Shocking Grasp or Touch of Fatigue. And while Touch of Fatigue isn't super useful, I mean, Fatigue is a debuff, so it's handy. But even if it's a fortitude save, so a lot of things save against it. A lot of things have strong fortitude saves, monsters especially. But just having the Spell Strike is sort of like having 2-weapon fighting, because you'll be casting Touch of Fatigue with spell combat, getting an additional attack from spell combat, but then part of casting Touch of Fatigue is delivering it through an attack, through Spell Strike. So that gives you 2 attacks, which is good. It's hard to get multiple attacks at early levels, and this is one way to do it. The effects of the spell are not so important. Now, once we start getting Shocking Grasp up there, 3d6, 4d6, then we'll start really seeing some nasty damage coming out of our spell strikes. So, anyway, I'm going to take Burning Hands, and see, Enlarged Person's a very good spell. The only reason I hesitate here is because you get a, we're a dex-based build, so losing dexterity is actually a pretty bad thing for us. But you get increased reach, which is the big thing. But we're not going to take it. We'll just take Ray of Enfeeblement for now. We may take Enlarged Person later. We may never memorize it. We're probably going to get more spells known than we'll ever use. Okay. So another real quick thing I'm going to do is quickly move some of this stuff around. We're going to want, I'm going to put that on AutoCast because we're going to basically be spell striking all the time from now on. I don't need duplicate shields. This will go out here. We're going to want spell combat on now that we have spell strike, which also means we're about to take off our chain shirt until we can get that arcane armor training up. So hopefully we can find a wand of mage armor, possibly something along those lines. So and spoiler alert, I think we can. I am playing another playthrough with a Lawful Good character, and I've gotten a little bit further with that one, so I did realize that I could buy a wand of mage armor, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Another thing, even though the companions are supposed to cost 500 at first level, it looks like they only cost 100, because I only had 1,481 gold before making that purchase. So again, that's almost certainly a bug, unless it's a typo. It's almost certainly a bug, because you need 2,000, and the formula works out to 500 at first level. So yeah, just expect that to change at some point, unless they rebalance the hiring of companions altogether. What else here? We may buy some Alchemist Fire for the spider fight coming up, but for now we'll just go with that. I'm going to equip the Bracers of Armor. It's only +1, so it's not as good as Mage Armor, and it doesn't stack with Mage Armor, but I'm going to equip that for when we either don't have time or we don't care enough to try to activate Mage Armor, because our Use Magic device is still not high enough to guarantee using the wand. I believe it's a DC 20. It may be a DC 15. I can't remember, but I could look it up. But we're gonna try to move forward some this video. So let's go ahead and see what Bakken wants. Well, since you're asking, there's a cave nearby. I used to pick berries in there, but the place has been overrun by spiders. The berries are red, look a lot like raspberries. Fangberries, I call them. I'd be real grateful if you'd gather a basket of them and brought them back. Just be quick if you do. Just be quick if you do. They spoil quickly. He's serious, because I have gotten fangberries and decided to rest and then come back, and it was a waste of a trip because they had spoiled. Those spiders in the cave are extremely mean. I'll give you some alchemist fires. Crafted them myself. Burn those spiders. Teach them Teach them how to claim my finger cave. There's still some weird translation things in here. And I think this line in particular was something they threw in after a lot of people had trouble with the spider swarms that may or may not be in that cave. Also a bucket of moon radishes. Okay. I'll consider it. I mean, we're just playing hard to get. We will do it. It's good XP and good rewards. I think we've already checked all this stuff out. Work out that aggression, Amiri. We gotta talk? Alright, spill it. I'm listening. It's a formidable sword. It's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. This sword belonged to a real blasted frost giant. I killed the beast and took this looker for myself. Fits me perfect. My damn trophy. That's impressive if that's actually true. I mean, we saw that frost giant at the beginning of the game. Pretty sure with her current level and stats, she couldn't handle it. So maybe it was a weak and blind frost giant. I don't know. I don't know the full story behind Amiri. So, tell me about yourself. First, I'm a barbarian. I'm strong. I grew up in the realm of the Mammoth Lords. I left my tribe, the Six Bears, and I like fights. You're quite a good fighter. Quite good, huh? Compared to who? If I was a crappy male, I'd fight better. Is that what you're saying? Or you say I could be better, like, go get some training, Amiri, right? I meant exactly what I said. You're quite a good fighter. Don't raise your voice to me ever again. I won't. Forget it. Thanks for telling me. Let's talk about something else. Actually, let's not. Speak. What's it like to be undead? Do you wish to know what it means to me personally, or what powers and limitations it imposes? Do you regret not being alive anymore? You surely know how to ask questions. Two desires led me through life: to feel pleasure time and time again, and to achieve perfection. Unlife brought me closer to the second. I am changeless, torn from time. The chaos of the world and even the soul circle have no power over me. But everything comes with a price. Most things that brought me pleasure in life are meaningless now. How can I decide which is better? You've become powerful, that is all that matters. It's much better than the life of ordinary mortals and even elves. I would have preferred to have both, but meanwhile I shall content myself with power. Tell me about your goddess. It might sound strange, but I know less than others about Urgothua and her faith. My transformation into her inquisitor was unexpected, but I will answer to the best of my knowledge. Why is the cult of Urgothua forbidden in much of Galarian? Because Galarian is plagued by narrow-minded cowards. Some tremble at the freedom granted by Urgothua, others fear the wrath of Pharasma and her priests. And what does Urgothua require of her followers? To enjoy, to taste exquisite dishes, to feel the lover's caress, and drink an enemy's suffering. A wonderful religious obligation, isn't it? Seems kind of ironic considering her gift robbed you of all these pleasures. Enough about this for now. Thank you for the conversation. And Valerie. Greetings. Everything's well, I hope. I'm ready for new orders. You know, you don't have to maintain etiquette and good manners while speaking with me if you don't want to. I'm aware of that, but I'm sure you understand that I am what I am. That's how I was brought up, first by my parents, and then by my mentors in the Order. Tell me about yourself. What exactly would you like to know? I was born to a noble family, though I didn't remain long on the family estate. My father sent me to the Order of the Eternal Rose, but I left once I realized that it didn't match my principles. And why did you leave the Order? Because of my heavenly beauty. According to Shaylin's laws, all art is sacred, whatever form it takes. Severe punishment awaits those who dare harm a painting, sculpture, or poem, no matter how worthless the dribble might be. My looks always attracted the unwanted attention from pilgrims and acolytes at the temple. I received my first poem dedicated to me when I was 9. The author was some wealthy geezer, and that was only the beginning. Well, that's creepy. Sculptures, pictures, poems, I was drowning in them. My admirers mobbed me, and I had to respectfully accept all their garbage. The clerics of the temple were magnanimous, for my suitors made generous offerings to the church. But one time, I just snapped. Some wealthy idiot dedicated an extremely untalented poem to me. He had the nerve to read it right to my face, holding my sleeve. The hour was late. I was on my way to get some rest after a boring lesson on rhymes. I lost control and tore the poem apart right in front of him. The paladins wanted to impose some punishment upon me. I don't remember which one exactly. They wanted me to repent. Instead, I got my things and left. Yeah, I probably would have as well. What'd you do after you left the Order? I set off for Restov. I wanted to get as far away as possible from Shaylin and the Destiny. Everyone seemed so ready to force on me. Besides, the School of Swordsmanship in Restov has quite a decent reputation. Honestly, I was hoping for an opportunity to learn from the famous Eldori masters. Eventually, it became clear that their technique wasn't a good fit for me. They teach to avoid impact, whereas I prefer to raise my shield. But my abilities and skills, which I learned at the Order of the Eternal Rose, were enough to make the Sword Lords take an interest in me. They offered me the chance to join the mercenaries who served the Sword Lords, and I accepted. Thanks for the conversation. Talk to you later. And I'm pretty sure we don't see any of our custom companions standing around, so... Well, let's talk to Oleg real quick. See if he's got anything good. I need to take care of the Stag Lord. Do you know of anything that could be of help to me to find him? It's quite a task you've set yourself to. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area, but only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location's a heavily guarded secret, and with this fog hanging around, I'd imagine it'd be even harder to find. I suppose you could try to follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. They came from the southwest, from the side of the Thorn River. The fortress might be there, or at least some large camp of theirs where you could find information. Show me your wares. Okay. I'm not going to sell the chain shirt yet. Masterwork S-Duck. I've got 600 gold left. I don't have one, right? I'm just having a regular one? Yes. We'll hold off for now. If I buy a Masterwork, since I can enchant it to +1 with my arcane pool, and I do that for harder fights, I don't think that would not stack with the +1 you get to attack from it being Masterwork. I would like to get a falchion for Amiri at some point. Either that or a Fauchard if I take the exotic proficiency for her. I want her to be a crit monster, but that's going to take some time to work on. Our health is pitiful right now. Can we rest in the bed again? Well, that's unfortunate. So it seems like if you don't unlock that at the very first time you're up here with your starting characters, the only way to unlock it is with having the thievery or trickery skills on your main character, which means we may never have access. I may dump a point in it at some point, just to have. Probably not though. At that point, anything in here would be worthless, most likely. How are we looking? Ugh, not great, but good enough. Oh, and see, the companions will use spells, but our bard apparently will not use her spells to heal in, at least in Oleg's. Maybe, hopefully she will in our regular camps. Do we want any of this? We could take the buckler for our bard and leave the rest. Yeah, and leave the rest. Okay. Oh man, before I rest again, I need to remember to memorize some spells here. We'll leave shield memorized, and we'll have to remember when we decide to go after the spiders to memorize burning hands. But for now, let's take a shock and grasp. And you're the only one in the party that has to memorize, so that is that. Okay, so we could go to the Fangberry Cave, we could go to the Ford. I'm not quite ready to deal with swarms just yet. So a jittery old man in squalid clothing shovels up to you. His hair is unkempt, and he continually clutches and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he stops and looks up at you, his eyes widen, and he tugs at his beard. Strange weather, invisible fog creeping out of the woods, soars beyond the sky, obscures the sun and moon. Strange. I don't like this old man. Looks like the kind who can cast the evil eye. Move along, old man. We give no alms. Invisible fog. Does that mean you can find your way through it? The fog is wrong. It hinders your legs, not your sight. I wish not to try. Who are you? Remus, but that won't help the fog. And what are you doing here? I do nothing. Breathe, walk, observe. The fog looks visible enough to me. I see more than ever, but I've never seen so much before. But someone must look, and no one else can. I should probably go. You hasten? You should. Your rival wastes no time. He races, but in another direction. He searches for power. He'll find it. My rival? You mean Tortuccio? He's not tall, but he wants to climb high. Beside him are those who could stand against him and might still. What power is he searching for? Someone else's, old but forever young. That which was taken from another. That which gave joy and now gives death. Can you tell me where he is now? He's in an old tomb, south of the trading post. Well, you actually said something that made sense. When I see clearly, I speak clearly. And why is it that you see so clearly? I slept there last night. I noticed him as I left. All the more reason not to linger. Farewell. Once stolen, the land should be reclaimed. Once reclaimed, binded with the claimer shall it be. Binded, merged, joined by unbreakable ties. Claiming the land, claiming its pain, claiming its death. Okay. Do you start with any experience? You do, I guess you don't. You got that 45 from there. Well, that'll be fine. We'll get you caught up eventually. We don't need touch of fatigue. I guess we'll keep charge just in case. You're not going to be demoralizing. These are fine. Oh, and you can have this. That'll boost her enchantment spells, including Hideous Laughter. And let's go ahead and put this buckler on you. Okay. Do we have any? Sure, we'll go ahead and burn one cure. And we could probably burn some of these potions. We've got plenty of them. Let's load some up. Not for you. And Annabelle, you can have some. And actually, yeah, you can have the chain shirt. How about that? Okay. Let's actually head for the ancient tomb. Sure, we'll fight it. We need the experience. I know for a fact those have been the last words parties that I've played before have spoken. Bandits. Can't imagine there's only one. Oh, there's the others. So we have 2 archers. We're not going to waste a spell just yet. Valerie, you go ahead with that guy. Oh, are you already casting? Looks like it. Mary, you charge. Back here. Okay. I don't see anything breaking her line of sight, but apparently something's bothering her with it. So we'll go to that guy. And yeah, we'll rage. Why not? Whoa. Really? A bow crit? Natural 20. Can't do anything about that. Ah, there's that bite. So a lot of people were thinking the bite doesn't work, but you got to remember that you can only use your bite with your sword attacks if you're making a full attack. So when you're running around, you're not actually... And see how long the She has stopped singing, but the lingering performance is causing the bard song to last a lot longer. Alright. Anything good out of that? Scale mail. Longsword. No. Composite longbow's worth some money. Yeah. Nothing else worth anything. Really don't want to rest after just leaving camp. Come on. There we go. I don't know if it's helpful to actually go to all these sites beforehand, but it doesn't take much time when you're by them, so I'd rather get them now and not have to backtrack later, and if you do indeed have to backtrack. More bandits and more of them. Oh, yikes, and we've got a couple classes here. Let's go ahead and throw that on. And for our... Now, a lot of people only think of spell combat with using offensive spells, but another thing it's great at is being able to buff up while you prepare for combat, or while you start combat. A lot of times, you know, for example, Jaethal, I'm going to throw Divine Favor on her, which uses up a round. She can't fight, but, you know, the good thing about the Magus is you can certainly fight while you're doing this stuff. So we're going to start with Bard Song, and then we're going to start using some spells with her. Amiri, why don't you get back there on that cleric and get out your pet owlcat. Why? Why not? I'm not sure why she can't charge that cleric, but she can charge these two on the right. Well, just attack him. I want somebody on him. There we go. Took an attack of opportunity. I didn't think we would take one. I thought we had enough room there, but apparently we stepped out of that brawler's threatened area. Annabelle, do we want to... Yeah, let's hideous laughter that brawler. Alright. See, brawler's down. We should probably focus on that guy. He's only going to be down for one round because of... Oh, is there another? Oh my gosh, we've got two more. Okay, we may be in trouble here. Yep, Annabelle's down. I did not realize we had two archers shooting us in the back. I would have liked to go take care of them, but we really don't want to take any attacks of opportunity from this guy. Alright, let's get out there and mess these guys up.
I can't keep this up much longer. She won't kill me.
Another thing, people were saying that your spell strikes don't store your charge like they should in the Pathfinder game, but it looks like they do to me. If you miss with your spell strike, you don't have to cast the spell again, and it'll still discharge when you finally attack the next time. At least that's what I've seen. Are you in a breastplate, Amiri? I don't think you are. Got another chain shirt. We're not ready to wear it yet, so I don't think we're going to put it on. Great sword. Considering a great sword for Amiri so she can hit better. She's got a masterwork long sword. So let's look at our options here. With what she's got now, she's doing a ton of damage, 6 to 20, but she's only got +3 to hit. Now, longsword would give her +5, but it's only 4 to 11. And this is right smack in the middle with +4 and 5 to 15. And this is a special invisible great sword. There's the normal one. Yeah, I think she needs to be hitting a little bit more. She's fatigued because she just got out of rage. And you can equip this breastplate. It's the same armor class as the chainmail, but with less of a penalty. You could apply more dex with it as well, but not that that's going to matter to her. And we will just drop this chainmail. Anything close to a 1-to-1 gold to weight ratio, I'm not going to be carrying around unless we're going to be using it. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Yep. Okay. Well, that was fun. We definitely need to camp now. I'm definitely missing having a cleric. Okay. So I don't know how this is working now. I know it was bugged before, where she would summon a ton of skeletal champions when she shouldn't. She should only be summoning 2. But last time I tried that with her in my other game, she actually didn't do anything, and the enemies spawned, and we didn't get any skeletons, which was awful. You're probably going to be on watch, and let's see, we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have? You don't have perception, but you can stand watch. And let's try this seasoned wings and thighs. Sounds delicious.
Why couldn't you just stay at home? You were a judge. You had respect.
Respect has very little intrinsic value. The question is whether it gets you what you want, and I wanted far more than respect could fetch me.
20 hours. Yikes. Oh, but we prepared an excellent seasoned wings and thighs. Really?
Ready for anything.
So I think we're going to have to manually cast our healing spells from our bard. Because, no, there it is. Annabelle heals. Amiri, Annabelle heals. So she used her her cure spell. That's good. This didn't heal for very much, but that's part of the early levels. It's just painful because we have that 90-day time limit. Man, that didn't heal anything. Oh, 2. So I guess we get temporary hit points. 1 temporary hit point per level for a day. And it's a personal favorite of Amiri's. +2 bonus to critical confirmation rolls. Very nice. Alright, we're just burning through our potions. Let's use some spells here. Jeez. And I guess we're just gonna go without spells for now. Nice. we'll move that over there. I don't think we need to keep Acid Splash there. We don't keep it demoralized there. Spell Strike should always be on, so we don't need to mess with that. Okay. Let's save it and continue. Oh, I really need to take off Power Attack on you. We need it, but we're not going to use it yet. Eventually, once we get Cornigan Smash and get your Intimidate up a little bit, then we'll be using it. 2 of 100. Nice. I don't get achievements like that. Is it an achievement to rest 100 times? Or I guess that's not resting 100 times. I guess it's 100 random encounters. Still, doesn't sound much like an achievement. Yes, we're entering the ancient tomb. Actually, this would probably be... We would probably want to rest before we do this. We might give it one shot just to see how badly we're screwed here. But, yeah, let's just see. Summon monster, protection from chaos. Do we have any good scrolls? I always forget to use scrolls. The summon monster, maybe. It's just we're not going to have a ton of turns to use it. And it's a scroll, so we'll only get 1 round per level. Magic Missile, do we have that? Oh, you know what I've been forgetting is, of course, is that you can scribe scrolls as a Magus, so I don't need to actually be... If I've got a scroll of something, I shouldn't be taking it on my level ups because I can scribe it into my spellbook. Can you use... Well, you've got use magic device, so it's going to let you... does it say up here? Can be used by that character. Can be used with a skill check. Okay, good. It does tell you which ones you can use naturally. Alright, you might be summoning the first... Well, no, you're going to be Bard Songing the first round. After that, you'll summon.
Share your will.
Okay.
I am yours to command.
I think we're as ready as we're going to be, well, without a rest. Oh, harem. Tartuccio.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and collared trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come on! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golarion.
Why hurry? The same end awaits us all.
Digging through a dusty dungeon, searching for I don't know what, and all this frowning. Scold, scold, scold. This is not how I imagined adventures with the future Baron. What am I ever going to write my book about? How we labored to open a chest filled with dust?
Quickly now, if we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Seems like a great guy to work for. Alright, we want a cleric, so let's try to get Harem back on our side. Harem, I would be happy to see you among my companions. Your faith does not oblige you to follow fools and liars like Tartuccio.
There is as much vanity in your words as in the words of all who have not seen the wisdom of Grotus. Yet you seem a worthier leader than the arrogant Tartuccio. Perhaps in serving you, I shall open your eyes to the teachings of my faith.
Sure, tell me all about it.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat.
Yep. Okay, she's casting Enlarge Person on him. Harem, you're doing your own thing. Alright, well, Bard Song's a no-brainer. So we've got Sword and Shield on Harem, Bow User on Harem. Oh, everybody's pissed at Harem, huh? I wonder if I can get over there to stop that spellcasting. Ooh, 0.6 seconds. Probably not. Didn't it? Yeah, that guy probably won initiative. Those are probably the 23s and the 25s. Jathal's next up at 1.4. Oh, well. I guess we'll, let's us two head over here and take out that bowman. Valerie, you come up here, intercept that mercenary. Let's fight defensively, because we just kind of want you to last for a little while. Jathal. See, I'd love to use her Justice Judgment right now to get more attacks, but you gotta save that healing judgment, because she's, especially now that we don't have any inflicts available, we need that in case she needs it, needs the health. So let's just see how this pans out. You're gonna help her out? Actually, you go over there. Oh, I thought you were going to fight Harem. Okay, well, we got that. Oh, Harem's already down. Oh, that's not good. Okay, you are going to... Oh my gosh, we didn't use our Wand of Mage Armor or our spell Shield. Yeah, we could have gone about this much better. Actually, it did look like he lost the spell that time. Alright, we're not looking so hot. If we can drop this guy, though. Alright. I need to adjust these auto pause settings. Oh, that wasn't too bad. We didn't even buff, we didn't have any spells. Oh, and look, Harem's ready to level up. We're going to actually finish this tomb, and then probably stop this video there. And I'm not going to spend... I'm not going to look at Harem right now, because as you guys probably are aware by now, I like to take my time when I'm looking over leveling options, so we'll save that for the next video, and I'll try to have a plan before we start, so I'm not just you know, looking through all the options and wasting everybody's time. Oh, magic longsword. Well, we're either going to give that to Amiri or to what's her face over here? Valerie. If Amiri's going to use the longsword, she's going to use this masterwork, and Valerie has... Does she have weapon focus? I think she does. No, she doesn't have weapon focused bastard sword. Okay. So yeah, we'll use this longsword for now. We may or may not invest in the bastard sword feats like weapon focus and specialization, but we'll just have to see. So we got a heavy shield here. I think I stole your heavy shield earlier, Harem. You can have it back now. You cannot use bastard swords, of course. I don't think you can use long swords either. Clerics are generally proficient with simple weapons, and I think the possibly the weapon of their deity, maybe not. That may only be Inquisitors. I got that scroll of inflict, and look, she didn't even take any damage. Okay, we're not gonna carry that light. No, wait, yes we are, because we're gonna give it to Annabelle. For now, we're probably eventually going to take Slashing Grace. And when we do, we're not going to be able to use, or excuse me, Fencing Grace. And I think you have to have a free hand for that. So we'll give up the shield when we decide to do that. Until she gets her Thunder Call option, she's not going to be really doing a whole lot besides staying in the back, singing and casting spells. Which, you know, is pretty good. Even with just that. That's all Lindsay would be doing.
What's that?
I don't know if I would have planned to build a bard if I knew that we were going to be getting Lindsay, or have the opportunity to get Lindsay so close in the game. But since I had already, you know, talked about it and gone that route,
You see that?
we went ahead with it. Plus, I think Annabelle's going to be more understanding of some of our choices in the game than Lindsay will be.
I can't. This is not possible.
I think it is possible. I think you just need to roll a 13 or higher. Try again. Actually, you know what? I should have taken off your armor before doing that. Get rid of the armor check penalty. Is that it? Okay. I think that's all we wanted. We can go ahead and leave. Oh. How sweet the first breath of fresh air after the stale, damp stuffiness of that tomb. Before us stretched an unending heath, replete with hills and gullies, patches of low shrubs. Already the trail of Tortuccio and his companions had gone cold. But we would not give up so easily. Whether the trail went cold or not, it was the one we had to follow. No blade of grass was bent. It must have had enough time to straighten back up, since whoever has passed. But the heath's dry earth preserved the prints of little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and walked until we came to a huge gully, the dried-up bed of a river of yore. But what is this? At the edge, the grass was trampled low, the soil turned up, and claw prints. Lots of them. We'd stumbled across the fresh battlefield. And here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle down into the gully. The brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. We tried to find any traces of magic in the surroundings. We discovered traces of a spell, apparently from the illusion school of magic, near where the lonely trail descended into the gully. We tried to imagine who or what left those claw marks. The claw marks were not deep. The attackers were small and lean, and more, these creatures walked on two legs. Finally, the form of Prince left no doubt in our minds we'd stumbled onto kobold lands. We carefully studied the trail that led down to the gully. To our surprise, we discovered that the little shoe prints turned into little clawed footprints on the way. It was as if someone from Tartuccio's band was wearing shoes, then either took them off or grew claws, and then jumped into the gully to avoid the battle. We examined the path that snaked along the gully. The path was frequently used. In its dust we saw both sets of footprints together. It was clear that those who had no claws left the battle surrounded by those that did. After an idling thought, we decided to follow the bigger trail along the path beside the gully. At first the path went right along a steep edge, but soon it turned, circling around a thick and prickly bush. No sooner had we turned than we ran into a band of kobolds who were approaching from the opposite direction. If there were any more footprints on the path, the kobolds surely trampled them. But we had no time to concern ourselves with that. Oh, I really would have liked to have rested before this. Did we get an autosave? I sure hope so. I'm not sure that we did. Okay, well, let's hope we don't die here. I kind of wish I had leveled Harem up. On the plus side, we can go ahead and start... does he have selective channel? He probably does not, because he's still first level. I guess at this point it's fine because the enemy's not damaged and we are. Why don't you cast shield? He's on you, he's on you. Why don't you step up and intercept, please? Oh jeez, you have no health either, do you? You're channeling, right? Yep. Nah, but you got really low initiative. We're going fast. Not that we can do a ton with how little health we have. Amiri, you're gonna rage. Annabelle, you're gonna sing for a couple rounds. Jathal, I hope you can carry us this fight because you're the only one who's at 100%. You know, let me do this and that. And I suppose, which one am I also going to probably use? Destruction. Okay. I really want to get someone back there on those, oh my gosh, alchemists. We are probably going to have to redo this fight. Oh my gosh. This is awful. You still haven't gone yet. Annabelle, you're singing now. Let's, you don't have any spells. Color spray would be very nice if I can get out here. Okay, we've got 2 people down already. You need to switch to your rapier and shield while you're walking out here. Why don't you, if we can drop this other guy, we're gonna do another channel. Jathal, how you doing? You're good. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, he's done, so you channel again, please. I don't care if you heal that guy. You go ahead and do that. Let's do a color spray. Oh, they both made their will save. We could use it a couple more times. Let's actually just get in there and think we took... Oh good, the channel got you guys back on your feet. Let's see if we can get one more off. And... Yeah, I need you to keep it up just a little longer. You two get on the archer. You two take care of him. Harem. Just get in there and try to hit him. Okay. We made it. Yikes. Short bow. We'll grab it. Potentially better than the light crossbow. That short sword doesn't look like much, does it? Alright. Oh, it's raining. Okay, so we're going to give you the short bow here. We'll drop this. And I think yeah, I think we're going to call it for now. I don't want to rest until I've leveled up Harem, so we can memorize his next level of spells, and we're not going to do that live, so to speak. So, alright, thank y'all, and I'll see y'all probably tomorrow.